Afro-descendants.
Hello, sisters and brothers out there. Global Africa, hello. As promised, we are back. And today's episode on Asset Vibes channel is all about reflecting on our journey as Africans. So we started this vision in January, yes?
Exactly.
January 2021. We were really inspired by the movement going on, and we said, we can't just keep on going back and forth. We actually need to take a break and figure out who we truly are. And that was what inspired us to start this journey as Asset Vibes channel. So family, again, thank you so much to all our returning subscribers and new subscribers, both in the UK
And from
in America. Shout out to our African American brothers and sisters as well. Thumbs up, thank you so much. We just got to realize that we've got new subscribers from the US, and also shout out to all continental Africans and global Africa. Thank you, and thank you for our UK subscribers who are supporting this movement as well.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last few months, obviously, we have been working behind the scenes trying to, brush up our editing skills. You have to stay competitive in this very competitive market space in terms of the social media space. Nevertheless, but we still really do enjoy, figuring out who we are as Africans. And this has been a learning process for us. So what do you think, sis, regarding discovering more about who we are as Africans?
So for myself, as we are doing the research about our ancestors in Africa, I discover a lot of things. I discover that we have queen and kings from Africa.
So true.
Because I come from an island where I learned about the slavery, but nothing about the continent Africa and whole its history. So I would say we have some history from Africa, but which is much more the contemporary history.
Yeah.
But not the ancient one.
History, yeah.
Not the ancient one at all. So that journey for me, it was really interesting because I discovered a lot of things. So it was really interesting for me.
That's
but
good.
Also I wanted to add, as an Afro-descendant, even though I have this part of Africa inside of me, but also I have other parts. But what I want to say about this, that we shouldn't neglect the part of Africa. Even
Absolutely.
though we have the other part, because
Other
we have been
DNA,
mixed.
yeah, absolutely.
We have been mixed, as it is myself. We have been mixed with so many things, because even in my island we are so mixed.
It's like a melting pot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have
The
Indian.
Caribbean island.
I'm telling you, we have black, we have Indian, we have white, we have
Chinese.
We have a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we are mixed with all these kind of things. So this is it. So this is why I wanted to say that we shouldn't neglect this part of Africa.
Absolutely.
Because it started from there.
Absolutely.
And then from there it gets mixed.
Absolutely.
So we have to go back and see and learn about our history from Africa.
Absolutely.
This is it. That was my journey, and it was really interesting.
So it's good to know that, sis. So for me, as a continental African, I got to find out about who I am as an African woman. I got to find out about our ancestors and got to know about how we had very powerful kings and queens that ruled ancient Africa. So the likes of Queen Nanaya Santua, Queen Nzinga Mbende, an amazing woman. She is so inspirational. Some of you go check out the videos we did on the queens of Africa, and also it empowered me, to be honest, because it made me realize that women empowerment began actually in Africa, isn't it? So that empowered me, that women empowerment began in Africa, because we had queens ruling the kingdoms of Africa for thousands of years. And they were very good, very good leaders, and they managed and led the people, very successfully as well.
What is interesting, I can say what is interesting is that at this ancient time, there wasn't such thing about
Discrimination,
no sexism. About,
sexism.
yes,
Yeah.
that is a thing of women.
That's-
Is a thing
yeah.
of women. There's no such a thing.
It's so
As
true.
much as the king can manage the kingdom, as much as the
So can the queen
or
can.
the princess can do the same.
Absolutely.
It's-
There was that
it's our-
equality,
exactly,
you know.
it's
It's
our-
something unique about Africa.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and it is our modern
Gender equality.
Modern, I mean, not modern. I would say the Western society,
Civilization.
who made things as it is nowadays in this world.
Yeah.
But if you look
As
Africa,
ancient Africa. Yeah.
exactly, there is no
Such
such
thing.
thing. Everyone will mix. Everyone has capability.
Absolutely.
Everyone have the potential to create and do something
Absolutely.
that it was absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
It's so true.
Woman and man was in the same level.
Absolutely.
There is no such thing.
Of
As much that men can do, as much women can
absolutely. Women were
do.
really.
Absolutely.
It's true.
And it
women-
was respected.
absolutely. It's so true.
There's nothing of this kind of thing happening nowadays.
Absolutely. And
Women has to prove themselves.
It's
that
true.
in this time they do not have to prove themselves.
it's true because
They
they
have
know
to-
they are up to the
Exactly.
task.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it made us to realize that the so-called women empowerment movement in the West only began 100 years ago. But this is something that has been so, natural to us as Africans. So we are so humbled that we come from ancient civilization that always acknowledged and recognized the
Yeah.
contribution of women
Women,
in
exactly.
society and across the kingdoms
But I would
that
like,
once,
yes.
that was well successful.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a system in place. Let me let you know. We did have a system. We had, as Africans, we had a system in place that worked for Africa. And that is what we are missing right now. We need to
Exactly.
reconnect with that system.
This,
Because naturally, African women are gifted. It's in our DNA. I can't stress it enough. It's in our DNA. I'm also talking to our Afro descendants, African women from the continent and those whose ancestors were taken away from. It's in our DNA. We have this leadership quality. We have this ability to be strategic.
this is what I would like
To lead and manage people. It's just something that comes with it in us so naturally.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Go on, sis.
And what I want to say, you just mentioned about European. I mean, I would say I want to say European.
The Western civilization.
Woman movement. Why there is a European woman movement? It is because the woman in European side was silenced. They
It's
couldn't
true.
do anything. But we cannot say in Africa European woman movement. We don't need.
We didn't have such thing like
No,
that.
the thing that we did not need to have a woman movement,
It's true.
because to have a woman movement is just like because something happened to you, you have been silenced, so now you wake up saying, we women, we have the right. We in Africa, they did not have to say so.
No. You
because-
didn't have to prove yourself.
Yeah, because they have been recognized since
Yeah.
the beginning. They
Right
have
from
been-
creation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have been recognized.
Yeah.
And they have the role in the society.
Absolutely.
So they do not need to have a movement
Absolutely.
of any sort.
To keep protesting and saying, recognize me. You have
do
to
this.
recognize me.
They do
There's
not
no
need
such
to
thing
do
like
this.
that.
They do not need, because as soon as you come out in the tummy of your mom, you say and you say, oh, that is a girl. As soon as
Celebration.
possible, as soon as possible, you have your role.
Celebration. Yeah,
you
yeah.
have your role in
Absolutely.
the society. You do not need to prove anything.
Prove yourself.
That's it.
And some of the amazing examples. So for those of you who haven't watched the Warrior Queens, go check them out. It will help to add value to you, to educate you
Absolutely.
as an Afro descendant or as a continental African woman, because this is one area that has been taken away from our educational curriculum system. We have been so dependent on the Western civilization or foreign civilization form of educational system, and that has hindered us from understanding who we truly are as Africans. One of our great queens, Queen Nanaya Asantua from the Ashanti Kingdom. I just want to say something to shout out to the people from the Ashanti. She was such an amazing role model in Africa. She was the gatekeeper of the Ashanti Golden Stool. And it's part of the custom in the Ashanti Kingdom, They always have a queen mother because they know the value of a woman. She was actually someone who played a key role in choosing the next king. What an acknowledgement, And it's so natural. Women played a key role in the African culture and customs and in the way we operate as a people. So we did actually have a system in place. So I will encourage you to, for those of you,
just for the
Yeah.
just like the Zulu
Queen Nandi of
yes, she
the
was
Zulu.
a queen
Yeah,
mother
absolutely,
as well.
a
She
very
was a
queen mother. So look at the title, Queen Mother. Do you see how our people respect women? They acknowledge women because they know women have so much power. Even King Shaka Zulu said that about his mom, isn't it?
Yeah.
That he knows the power that women have,
Exactly.
that we have. He adored women, because he knows our strength. It's a gift. To celebrate, to be honest.
The ill we have nowadays, African women, it's just like the West has shattered our power, and we are like lost. In fact, we are
trying
lost.
to figure out who we are.
We are lost.
Absolutely.
But the thing is now, I think that it is time that we take back our own identity and civilization.
Absolutely. Our own civilization.
Exactly. For example, if you look at the world, each country in this planet has its own civilization and custom. And for example, look at Japan. Japan has its own
way of doing things. Civilization.
Look at China.
China has over 4,000 years of civilization.
Even China went so much be invaded by the Mongols and other countries, but still they retain their own civilization, identity and civilization. Why not us African?
Absolutely.
We are
why
lost.
Why should we adopt a civilization that's not working for us?
Ours.
It's not working for us.
It's not working, and it is
not ours. Absolutely.
So we have to find ourselves.
We have to find who we are.
Bring back our own civilization.
Adopt our own civilization in terms of moving it forward. Let me correct that, because some people might want to leave a comment like, the civilization was a bit archaic or old-fashioned. No, take the best part of who we truly are, like women empowerment, the ability to be an entrepreneur, because our ancestors were entrepreneurs. They were very creative. We had artisans. We had people who were skilled in different areas. It's not like the so-called Western civilization, to be honest.
And they were knowledgeable as well.
Yeah.
Because we had the first university.
Absolutely, Timbuktu University in Mali. But what I'm trying to say in essence as well is that we had a civilization that worked for Africa.
Exactly.
To be honest, we had a civilization. Not the Western civilization has just brought this, pre-packed educational system, and everyone is chasing, I want to be a lawyer, doctor, engineer, accountant, and that's it. Very limited, or scientist. But Africa educational system gave you that, door of opportunity to be the person you were created to be,
and a variety of different
absolutely
opportunities
skills,
skills, because
become an expert.
Exactly, because here in the Western country, maybe you want to be doctor and everything, but in Africa, doctor maybe will not be enough. You have to be something else.
Absolutely.
There is surely different kind of job who exist in Africa, but not in the European countries.
Yeah.
So we have to think otherwise and remove ourselves from
detach
that
yourselves from this dependency syndrome,
a framework,
the colonial,
the Western framework.
Yeah, absolutely.
And move away from it.
Step out of it.
Exactly.
Step out of it.
Move away from it and try to find ourselves and to find our civilization.
Absolutely. Reconnect with our civilization.
That civilization, it was working for us.
Absolutely.
It was in our favor. It was in
founded by us, created by us.
Exactly. We were molded with it.
Absolutely.
With it because we were in a continent who was give us so many things.
Absolutely.
So we are thinking different way. So we have to take that back. We cannot think as the West do. We are African. We are not in the West.
Absolutely.
We are in the African.
Absolutely.
Just like the Chinese, they are in China. They think in the Chinese way.
That's true.
Japanese as well.
Absolutely.
Or whatever country.
It's true.
So why should we
adopt
like
a model or
West?
foreign civilization that doesn't work for us?
Exactly. The West are. We are not in the West. We are in the African. So and we have to shift our mind.
Yeah, there have to be a shift of paradigm.
Exactly.
And as they say as well, in marketing, there's a definition that you create products and services
according
that
to
meet
the market,
the needs of that target market.
Exactly.
So unfortunately, the so-called educational system, the foreign civilization educational system, is a mismatch. Because right now, the evidence is clear in Africa. Many of our youths are coming out with tons of degrees from universities, but there is what we call inequilibrium in economics. The supply outstrips demand.
Exactly.
And because of that, a lot of youths are just jobless. So it's a wrong kind of system. And as a result, it has led to this imbalance in the labor market.
Yes, exactly. Because the thing is, all the youth come from with all the degrees.
Tons of it.
But the thing is, the degrees they have
do
not fulfill the needs that the country needs.
Or the African needs.
That's exactly that the African needs.
The African needs.
African needs, for example, some engineering in the agriculture sector. And you come with for example, a doctor. Okay, fine, but how people will eat then? Where are they going to eat? Where is the crops? There is land, but where's the crops? And the foreigner come and take the land.
Yeah.
Do you think it is normal?
And not only that,
I don't think so.
And not only that, it's just that I think a lot of universities back in the motherland Africa, I would suggest this to them. They need to sit down together in terms of the various departments of that manage the different courses. They need to sit down together and come up with a kind of reformed course program that is fit for the African market.
Exactly.
I can't stress this enough. We need to be Afrocentric in the way we deliver educational courses to our youths.
Exactly.
Because they want to come out with qualifications that have equipped them for the labor market. So if they want to go into entrepreneurship, the door is open. If they want to go into apprenticeship, the door is open. If they want to go into technical creativity, the door is open. And that is what Africa needs now. Because the so-called foreign civilization, it has failed. It's a failed project. It's whether we accept it or not. It sadly is a failed project. Many of us are stuck because those so-called qualifications have not given us the opportunity to really fulfill our full potentials.
Of course,
and companies are laying people off. So what was the point of going to school in the first place?
No, but the thing is, we have to understand. It's just like a shoes. You cannot take a 35 shoe when your foot do like 40. So it's the same thing. You cannot learn
Eurocentric way of doing things.
Exactly. And you go to Afrocentric and try to
it doesn't
apply
work.
it. Excuse me, just like a pair of shoes.
Absolutely. And that will question the definition of marketing as well,
Exactly.
to be honest. So
marketing
really...
So nothing fit and nothing is
mismatched.
balanced.
Absolutely.
This is why we have that problem.
Yeah.
This is why the youth has that problem. Yeah. This is why everybody has that problem.
Absolutely.
So nobody find the needs they need.
It's true.
Because they do not find. They do not exist. Nobody has created it.
It's true.
So now you have to create it.
It's
because
true.
The country needs it.
Yeah, and
Not-
Africa needs it, not just the country. The whole of Africa needs it.
the Africa needs
Africa
it,
needs
not
it.
the European.
Absolutely.
It's
It's not Eurocentric. We don't need a Eurocentric approach, because if you're trying to adopt a foreign policy or foreign way of doing things,
you have
that-
to adapt it.
yeah, but that's true. I agree with you.
You
You
have
have
to
to adapt
adapt
it.
it.
That is so on point.
You can take some. Yes, I don't say no, but you have to
Adapt it to the market, because it's a different dynamics.
Exactly.
Because if we don't adapt it, then that defeats the definition of marketing. Because according to the definition of marketing, it says that organizations, they carry out market research and make sure they've got the right resources and capabilities to cater for the needs. Take that on note, sis and brothers. The needs of the target market.
At
So-
the right time.
Absolutely.
So then nobody will be jobless.
Absolutely. So let's check it out. This is something for you and I to think about out there, brothers and sisters. Does it really equate to this in Africa?
There is no equilibrium.
So there is
Everything is imbalanced.
Absolutely. So there's an inequilibrium
Exactly.
in the equation as far as the African market is. And also, sis, what else did we learn while we were on this African journey? What else did you? We talked about the queens and how they inspired us. What else did we learn about our motherland? The natural resources.
Yes. Okay. So that one.
Mind blowing.
Exactly.
Oh
So Africa is rich. Definitely, I can say Africa is rich.
Time and time and time again.
But again, how can we deal with our own resources and propose them? Not only to propose them, to sold them, to make
To manage them.
to manage
Responsibly.
them, but also to make some business with others, but according to our
On our own
condition,
terms. On our own terms.
because we cannot let the foreigner come and
Just keep taking and exploiting,
Taking,
exploiting,
and just taking without giving any tax, any added value in the economy.
Absolutely.
But Africa is still undeveloped. Is unacceptable to have so many
blessed with so much resources.
blessed raw material, and we cannot do what
Anything with it.
normally. So imagine. I'm telling you. Let's think. No, let's think. Imagine that Africa deal with its own raw resources. We are in 2021. What do you think will happen? That nowadays, at that moment I'm talking, it will be Africa who will lead in because of this. Because it will know how to deal with its own resources. So the society will be so developed.
Society in Africa will be developed.
The people will be so advanced. Knowledge will be so advanced. So technology, I will don't talk about it. You will be like another
A
planet.
world leader in that sector.
Yes,
Yeah.
very advanced, very futurist. So imagine this. So now it's time to make it happen now.
It's true.
Enough that others
Are
benefit
benefiting,
and us
but our
nothing.
people have nothing to.
No,
Yeah.
no. I think that is such an insult, a shame
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. And we want to also seize this moment to use this platform to address transparency and accountability. I
That
think
is
it's
important.
hard time. The multinational corporations in Africa need to
Address
to-
the proper line when they
absolutely.
do
We
things.
need. We all talk about corporate social responsibilities and ethical ways of doing things, but it's all good and well talking. We need it in action. We've had enough, because when we were talking about when we were creating the video, for those of you who haven't watched, go watch it. It's so inspiring. Is Africa really a dark continent? So you go check it out. And we found out there's a lot of malpractices going on with regards to these so-called multinational corporations. But it's all good and well reading a textbook and reading their annual report. We talk about corporate social responsibilities and ethics, but in practice, it's the contrary. So we don't want this kind of hypocritical approach anymore. As Africans, we are a new breed of Africans, let me let you know, and we are watching. But we want to make sure transparency and accountability is key, because there's so much going on the continent, and we are really concerned about this. I know we just want to make sure that there's that fairness across the continent. We are not picking on anyone, but we're just saying we need transparency now and accountability.
Yes.
Because you are in a continent that welcomes you, but also fairness has to be reciprocal.
Exactly.
Reciprocal. It's a two-way process. It's just making sure that we are able to address these issues. All we are asking is transparency and accountability in the way businesses are being carried out in Africa, because it is possible. It is doable, and it's possible as well.
And also I wanted to add regarding the French, the Francophone countries.
Speaking.
Yes,
countries,
yes, the French-speaking countries in Africa. That also it is a time to get rid of that CFA.
Oh, the so-called
because
currency.
France just take the economy as an hostage. So those people cannot go forward, cannot develop themselves, cannot develop the economy, and that is really a shame. So that has to be addressed properly.
So true. I agree with you.
But also, I want to say that regarding Africa, we shouldn't wait only on the elite or on the president. What about the citizen? You have your right as well.
It's true.
To demand change. You have the right as well to demand accountability. You have the right as well to ask for what's going on. We want to know what's going on.
That's the accountability and transparency that we're asking for.
Exactly.
That's
so
true.
You have the right, because it is you who vote. I mean, in a certain way regarding.
Oh, not necessarily. There's always external influence. You know that.
Exactly.
Don't you?
There is the influence. Yes, especially on the side of the French.
There's always external influence. We know that.
So this is why I say, because of this, we cannot count too much on the elite. We cannot count too much on the president or whatever the person who lead the country. So you, citizen, it is your right to make something change. It is your right to go forward.
It's true.
It is your right.
It's true.
So don't hesitate. Don't sit down and then just suffer as it always been for 500 years. Now, that is finished now. We have to go forward. We have to wake up and say to those people, hey,
enough is enough.
What are you doing down there? We put you there as a leader.
We employed you.
Exactly.
We employed you. So as an employer, if you, as an employee, you don't do your job properly, off you go.
Exactly.
Off you go. That should be the mindset of the new breed of Africans now.
Exactly.
We employed you.
Exactly.
Do the job. If the job is not met, off you go. That should be the mindset going forward.
And one thing I want to add is regarding the language. Please, people, Africa is one continent. Even though there is 55 countries.
Technically, it is 55, guys, because we also have a country that is a neighboring country to Morocco.
Exactly.
So it's the 55th member state of the African Union. For those of you who haven't checked out Rebrand Africa, go check it out. We've just done an amazing informative content and episode on that. And I just want to seize this moment to apologize, guys. When I talked about the population size, it means Africa is a market size of 1.3 billion people. Outside the continent, we have 400 million African descendants. So it's a huge market. So please check it out. And if you saw where I said 400, I just realized, oh my God, I meant 400 million. And still growing strong, growing strong, because by the year 2030 we'll be on our way to over 2 billion. Is a fact. That is, Africa will be about 1.7, and Afro descendants outside the continent will also be on the increase. So this is something to be aware of.
Also we say that the Afro-descendant will be in the increase. Yeah, but you have to know now there is a lot of Afro-descendants coming back
home. Yeah, they will be on the increase as
so
well.
it will be so it will be in the increase. And also regarding the language, because of this, we cannot isolate ourselves. So I talk to the French-speaking countries, please stop look at the francophonie. It's time to look at your neighbor who speak English and start to do a melting pot with them, because Africa is one country. It's not
one continent. One continent.
Sorry, one continent. It's not only French, francophonie, speaking French. No. Africa is a melting-pot of many culture, ethnicity, culture, language, tribes.
Beautiful.
Don't remain on your spot.
Don't be isolated.
On your corner.
Yeah.
Don't be isolated. Go and look
beyond
the frontier.
Your frontier. Look
the
beyond
borders.
What you see.
Exactly.
Look beyond what you see in front of you. And just to piggyback on what Sis said, it is true. The CFA sadly is a failed project. It was designed by intent. So you understand what I mean by intent? Meaning that there were external forces who just wanted to make sure that it works in their own favor at the expense of the vulnerable. So we are very aware. That is why we started up this channel, is to educate our people to be aware that, hey, those days of living a life of ignorancy, a life of what I call the so-called Western civilization dependency syndrome is all gone. It's all gone. We have to retrace our footstep back to ancient Africa civilization in terms of the way we used to do things before the Western so-called civilization found its way to the shores of Africa.
Absolutely.
That's what we are talking about. That's what
because even Europe is gone now. Everything is gone. So I think it's an opportunity now. It's the opportunity for us to
as
come
Africans,
back as we were before.
Before the way we were
exactly.
before.
So,
and it's happening on the ground. Because a lot of younger generations who have got degrees, even a brother from Uganda, he quitted his job as a medical doctor. He's gone into agro, business. He said, I want to do something that I'm passionate about. So it just shows naturally, we Africans, we are, very comfortable with nature. We it's very therapeutical. We love to get our hands, involved with things to do with nature. And he quit his job. He only practiced for a few years, and he said, I've had enough of this. And the younger generation are, packing up this so-called packaged foreign education, and they are going to do farming. They are going into entrepreneurship, because this is who we are. We are, born to be creative, and the so-called foreign educational system has stifled the ability to be creative. And this generation are woke, and I'm really grateful that they are, because they say, hang on a minute, I have invested 4 or 5 years of my life doing a degree or doing a postgraduate degree, and it's taking me nowhere. If I had invested that time going into farming or going into agri-business or livestock,
or create furniture, or just like that lady in Nigeria.
Absolutely, very inspirational.
Exactly.
We'll check her out. Very inspirational.
Yeah, she came back to Nigeria, and then she started now to create furniture.
Absolutely,
beautiful furniture.
We'll put her on our channel. Go check her out. She's actually on the last video.
Yes. She's in the last
Demi Samande.
Exactly.
Amazing woman. Very inspirational. And many of them, go check the last video. It shows how African women are regaining who they, those who are woke are retracing their footsteps to who we actually are. Entrepreneurs, free thinkers, not being conformed to, a dogmatic approach. No. It's more, let's be more Afrocentric now.
Exactly.
So it's been very inspirational having this conversation with you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this African journey as we progress. And also, we just want to let you know that Africa is the place to be as an African, Africa is for all Africans, African descendants all around the world. This is your time now to reconnect with the motherland.
Absolutely.
And go and take a piece of Africa.
Yes, take a piece.
Go take your own slice of it.
Yes.
It's ours, it's rightfully ours.
The motherland, Africa call you back now.
Oh yes.
It
She
call
will
you
speak to you. Don't you worry. Just
Just
start
go.
thinking about it. No, let them think about it, sis.
back. Yeah.
Do your research. And you know, once you begin to meditate on it, she will speak to you. Mother Africa will speak to you.
Absolutely.
And do your research across the 5 regions, you know, and she will provide you everything you need. The kind of you want a custom-made lifestyle, you want to live in a kind of a village setting or eco village setting is trending right now, being immersed in nature, you know.
Exactly.
So Mother Africa, if you want to live in the city, she got that as well. You want to live in a real estate setting, she got that as well. So whatever kind of setting you want.
Yes, lifestyle.
And
you are welcome.
Absolutely. And another thing we learned while we're on this journey is about the African traditional herbs and
The
medicine. It's so good. We have natural ways of healing our body, and we have the leaves, the plants, all scattered across the continent.
Proper detox.
Absolutely.
People, I'm telling
detoxing,
you, proper detox.
Yeah.
Is that we need, in fact.
Yeah.
Especially-
Eating healthy.
Especially is also coming from the West.
The West.
Country.
No
So
GMO. No GMOs. All organic.
You need detox.
And organic fertilizers as well.
Yeah.
0 chemicals. So it's just to educate you, you know. That's why we had to seize this time, and I hope you've
This
enjoyed.
opportunity, in
Yeah, I
fact.
hope you've enjoyed it and you've learned from it, and we hope to do more of these. And we want to let you know, fam, please feel free to leave your comments on the comment section, and please press the like button, because the time has now come for us now that we are reconnecting back to who we are. We need to start supporting one another. Let us drum up the Ubuntu spirit, which means togetherness, you know, unity, strength. Let us drum up, you know. Enough of this. Eliminate. Now we are in the season of learning to unlearn and relearn. Meaning
Exactly.
unlearn the false civilization, the foreign civilization, and reconnect with who you truly are. This is the season we are, and we can do that by connecting with one another, supporting Black businesses, supporting Black, you know, movement is so important. Okay, family, we just want to seize the moment. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for your time, and let us know if you want us to be, you know, from time to time organizing this. And we're also looking forward to our first live stream, and it's going to be by the end of the month. We will leave it
Absolutely.
keep an eye on the description section. We will let you know the actual date, but it's going to be either a Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah.
So we just want to put that out there for you, and thank you so much. Please, there are so many of our African brothers and sisters out there on the continent and also in the diaspora who are in search of knowledge. They are looking for knowledge to liberate themselves
They are
from
so
this
thirsty.
to
So
break away
thirsty.
from this so-called foreign civilization that once, not anymore, held
them.
us captive for
Exactly.
500 years. It's all over now.
Now it's
all
finished.
over. It's finished. It's finished because we now see the truth, and the truth has finally set us free. For those of us who are awoke, now let us create this ripple effect. You know, connect, support
One another.
One another. We need to start. Stay blessed, and see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and also share with friends and family, because they all need this knowledge to set us free
Yes.
from this foreign civilization
Absolutely.
syndrome. Take care.
Take care.
See you soon.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.